Meta Madness, the group stage, the warm-up, it has started. So guys, Meta Madness is a tournament format that is trying to break the meta, hence the name. Shocking, I know. And we achieved that with two rules, and they shake everything up. Rule number one, we have a couple of banned heroes that cannot be played at all in the entire tournament. Now, right now, for the group stage, we have 10 heroes that are banned. Those are the 10 heroes. These 10 heroes cannot be picked by the players at all during the entire group stage. Now, those heroes might change for the playoffs. There's up to 20 heroes that can be banned for the playoffs, so things might change a little bit, but for the group stage, these 10 are fixed. That already makes things a little bit more interesting. Then, on top of that, every hero that gets played in one of the games, in a best of 3, a best of 5, cannot be played again. So whatever hero you're now seeing in game number 1 cannot be played again in game number 2, game number 3, game number 4, game number 5. So as you progress through a series, things are getting a bit more spicy. So it becomes quite interesting very, very quickly. Now, through the group stage, we have 16 teams in total. In Meta Madness, we have 4 groups with 4 teams each, and the top 2 teams will advance to the playoffs. That's 2,000 euros on the line as prize money. We have no sponsors for this. This is all sponsored by myself and my patrons. So first and foremost, a big shout out to everybody that is supporting me on Patreon. You guys are making tournaments like this possible. Without you, this wouldn't be a thing. If you're interested to support the channel and allow us to host more tournaments like this in the future, you can go into the description of the YouTube video if you're watching this on YouTube, or go directly to patreon.com/Khaldor. Bans already in this game, already kind of wild. The one thing I also want to point out, I want to give a big shout out to WTN Orange, which apparently means worse than Neta Pi, like something. The WTN honestly makes much more sense with Warp to Nando's that was suggested, or Win the Nexus. My favorite is the Nando's variation. Always time for cheeky Nando's. But these guys actually jumped in literally in the last second because one team that was supposed to play didn't show up. So we were looking at forfeits, and then they came in and said like, well, we could get a team together. And so they just on the spot created the team and jumped in. So massive, massive shout out to WTN Orange. These guys are awesome. And obviously on the other side, we got the Circus Clowns, and the names there, they should really ring a bell. You have Swamgrota, who is the captain. He still makes a couple of big mistakes. One mistake is picking Artanis. That's never a good thing. Second mistake, he actually asked before he started the game. He was like, are the streamers ready? And I'm like, are you fucking new or what's happening here? So in case that you weren't aware, golden rule for every single tournament that I organize is if the streamer isn't ready, it's the streamer's fault. Nobody cares. When the players are ready, the game starts. If the streamer isn't ready, he failed at his job. So yeah, we're always ready. We're born ready. But the bad pattern alone is already great. So yeah, every single hero that you see picked right now cannot be played again. And we're already starting things off on map number 1 with Artanis. And if you paid attention, then you also realize that map number 1 is actually Blackheart's Bay, and you might be thinking, what is that about? So game 1 is usually still a little bit more normal in regards to what kind of heroes are being picked here, because that's obviously the map where the most heroes are still available. So we thought, what can we do to make this a bit more interesting? And we decided that we would determine the first map on the tournament organization side. So the first map will always be something like Blackheart's Bay, Haunted Mines, or Hanamura. Well, with that, we now got Garrosh locked in. We have Rega and the Hackers. Also a couple of globals in here. Suljin. Game number 1 immediately. I like it. I love, by the way, how immediately Samuro was already target banned, and we had on top of that also the Vikings eliminated. Greymane is a smart ban as well on Blackheart's Bay. I mean, obviously, it's all about the doubloons and those doubloon camps, right? So if you have a hero that absolutely excels in that spot, then he can just roam the map and get one set of doubloons after another and try and turn them in. So we got Maiev and we got Lucio. So speeding up all of this a little bit. Artanis is definitely going to be interesting here. It's also cool to see Lauber. So Lauber pretty much has already retired completely, and when Meta Madness was announced, he immediately poked his head up and was like, wait a second, Meta Madness? I'm here for that. So if any team wants me, let's make this happen. Really happy about this tournament. It's already great from game 1 onwards. This is the first map in our first best of 5 here in the group stage. Obviously, the group stage is still a bit of a warm-up. There will be some skill discrepancies between the teams, and also we have only 10 heroes banned, but it should still be a pretty good lead into the playoffs. Map number 1, everybody. We're kicking things off with WTN Orange going up against the Circus Clowns. Let's head straight into Blackheart's Bay. Get ready for battle! Game number 1, Meta Madness, Group A. Swamp Grotta on Artanis. On the left side, we got Gia on Maiev. Skok is playing Sylvanas. Death Knight is rocking Lucio in the first game of this tournament, and we got Lauba on Tyrael. So let's see if he goes for the Lauba 1-minute Sudoku move, or if retirement has all of a sudden made him a little bit more cautious in the way that he approaches the first few fights. Over on the right side, we got WTN Orange, the team that literally formed right at the beginning of this tournament. I assume these guys have been playing together in the past. They are, as far as I know, a Heroes Lounge team, but still, I cannot really just give them a big enough shout out for jumping in and saying, all right, guys, if you're missing a team, we are willing to play and we can make this happen. So they were pretty excited about it. But this is honestly exactly the spirit of the tournament. We wanted to open it up this time, allow teams to sign up, not make it a pure invitational. And it's great that we have now people from the community coming together to fill that slot. If not for that, we would have had to forfeit the matches of the team that didn't show up here today. And obviously, this is just much more fun. So Lion Lad, he's playing Garrosh, a team captain. We got a Barzakate on Junkrat, a Master Thief on Rega. It's always good to have a Master Thief when you're playing on Blackheart's Bay, because he can steal the balloons all day long. Pudgenox is playing the Haka, so we got a bit of a global that they can use here too. And Babu Desai is playing Sul'jin. It's troll time. Having Sul'jin in the game, I mean, again, this is game number 1, right? There's only 10 heroes that were not available for the boys to pick, and already we have some pretty special ones chosen. Imagine this going to map number 5, how crazy things could get then. Level 1, amateur opponent, so already a little bit of extra damage if you're trying to roam and go for the camps. Spray game clearly on point here from the red team, so already a good step forward. And while they are trying to go for vision, it seems that the blue team has decided that they're not trying to do that, and with the entire team plus Sylvanas, they are rocking the bot lane now and try and take the wall down. And the rotation is working perfectly for them. They're getting real damage here. Normally you're aiming for half a tower, but since the reaction was rather slow and they got very lucky with their movement, they now get both of the turrets. And the golden rule still stands here, of course. That was a nice one. Laubai! He's dead!
Hail to the king, baby.
It's a Lauba classic! Oh, too damn good. The Lauba Classic. You see, before the 1-minute mark, glorious. I am pretty happy that retirement did not take that away from us. So Lauba, he is as good now as he ever was, as you can see. Absolutely fantastic. Dies. I just can't believe this actually happened. Oh, it's too good. Lauba down. Everything going according to plan. But yeah, as he died, I was actually trying to talk about structures being taken apart. Now, there was always the golden rule that you are trying to do some damage in the mid lane first and try and take a tower down, because the first turn-in targets the middle of the map, and back in the days, it meant that you had to damage some structure so that the first barrage of the ghost ship would then destroy the fort itself. Now, it changed a little bit these days because the fountain isn't soaking up a cannonball anymore. This means that if you turn in now, it will always destroy the fort. So that makes it a little bit easier. It definitely had an impact on how the map is played. Since the map is usually not part of a tournament circuit, it didn't really make a difference. But just in case you are a bit old school and you still remember those times, keep that in mind. It's not really needed anymore, but obviously the more structures you destroy without using the objective, the better for you in the long run. The first few chests have already been up, so there's a lot of doubloons in the hands of the blue team. We got them with 16 at this point. The cool thing is, though, that you can always steal doubloons from the opponent. And that's something that we actually might see here as well. I mean, for now, what we're having is a bit of a battle at the bottom of the map, I want to say. And it could be another kill on Suljin. I mean, he's still making it. But, yeah, here we go. He's pretty low, but still good to go. So, at this point, it's just a kill each. Now, the Hogger is obviously rotating at the top pretty easily between the lanes, and the same is also true for Atanis, but down here, fireworks are already popping up. Death Knight going down. Lucio is dead. They have taken the camp on the other hand, so that's definitely a bit of a win. They were able to claim the camp. Yeah, and they also get another kill, but they lose Sylvanas. So Junkrat and Sylvanas both dying there towards the end. Nicely done, I gotta say, though, by WTN Orange. Yeah, and as I say that, they are losing the Hogger. So it's an even trade at the end of the day, and the camp was lost to them too. But still, they are getting some work done here already. And will obviously, can tell later as this progresses if they have a shot of maybe taking a map here of the Circus Clowns. It's always a bit easier if you had time to properly prepare for a tournament. The blue team now with their first turn in, and as already announced, it's now hitting the middle of the map, and therefore this fort is going to fall. At the bot lane, the wall has been taken out too. We now have a level 7 for both of the teams, and there's a ton of doubloons, especially in the hands of Svamgrotta at this point in time, who's doing real nice work here and is just able to get camp after camp. I mean, him and the Hogger are pretty much fighting over those small doubloon camps here. That's 2 doubloons each, and it really pays off in the long run. Both teams pushing now, and Sylvanas is obviously a bit of a game changer when it comes to the power of how much you can really push through here. So that's something that can always be utilized by the Circus Clowns, and they are going to try and get her onto a lane with the numbers advantage as often as possible, just to get some extra damage in the same way we're seeing it right now. And with Svamgrotta on Atanis also just crushing it here, they're doing a really nice job getting ahead. They're suffering, of course, a couple of losses at least down at the bottom of the map, but in general, this is still absolutely worth it for them, since they get the fort. And if you just compare that real quickly to what's happening at the bot lane, the wall was taken out, but the fort itself, it's lost a few hit points, but this is nothing compared to what the blue team was able to pull off. Lauber, on the other hand, goes down, and that is 7 doubloons that he just lost. They're trying to go for a Rega, but the doggy is rushing away. Oh, Sylvanas is also dead. Doubloons everywhere. And Master Thief gets out. 13 against 14 doubloons, and it seems they're going to lose another 10. Death Knight is not going to make it, I think. Don't tell me they're getting away. No. Oh my god, that would have been 10. And he's going for the spray game. That would have been 10 doubloons for sure if they could have gotten these 2 kills. Oh boy. So right now we have level 10 abilities for both teams about to kick in. That's gonna happen any second now. But yeah, it's fantastic. Containment disc is in. We got the suppression pulse. They are completing the turn, and so now they're also going to take out at least 1 fort. So they're fighting back. I mean, they're ahead in kills. I gotta say, for a team that jumped in the last second, they're doing really well here. Suljin is struggling a little bit with his stacks. He's only sitting at 7 for the baseline, impacting, of course, also the Arcanite access. Yeah, it seems like they want to go for Svamgrotta. He gets taunted. And the coordination there was a little bit off. Junkrat was trying to isolate him, but at the same time the taunt comes through from Garrosh, and therefore he is able to escape. That would have been pretty neat if they could have taken him down and steal those doubloons. Shots have been fired, so the fort has been destroyed. And Gia is running straight into Suljin. Takes some damage, disc is out. Should be able to escape though. But with 25 doubloons in their hands, the Circus Clowns have to, of course, be very careful that they're not losing anything here. It would be a little bit of a disaster. So, as it stands, it's the Halka that could turn the tides of the battle with a good tongue here. Riptire coming out. Still fighting for the camp, too. But this is getting a bit spicy. Both teams with level 11. Ancestral is out. Sanctification gets used. Perfect timing here. But they are going for the cap. But look at those doubloons everywhere. Especially Svamgrotta with 11. The double kill against the red team. The triple kill. And they want the quad kill too. They get... Mayev jumps in and they get Rega. Rega gets taken out. Oh, Suljin at least was able to claim a couple of the balloons, but all of a sudden this is snowballed hard. WTN Orange, they are about to lose their first keep. And this is also an insane push. That's a double camp that is pushing for the core right now. And with the help of the spell shield they're going, or the aura, they're going to try and even end the game or at least damage the core a little bit. So this is getting real difficult now. There's a talent advantage for the blue team. But they're not able to do too much. A little bit of damage on the core, just a few percentage points. 2 to be exact. But Suljin is already down at the bottom of the map doing his thing. Damage output, 17,000 for Junkrat, 17,000 for Sylvanas. So you can tell that macro is pretty big in this game now as well. Turn-ins are just continuing to happen. We have camp after camp taken. Big money pick representation, by the way. I like it. They're going full, and the money pick, of course, makes anyone better. Everybody that plays money pick is all. I mean, again, money pick is the best pick. Best mount in the game, makes you 5% faster, makes the hero a little bit stronger as well. It's not included in any patch notes, but everybody knows that's true. So, for the time being, they're riding in battle into battle in style. Lauba is one of the few exceptions, but again, he's also feeding at the start of the game, so there's that. Shots are being fired, and all the forts are gone. The keep is still surviving for now, but they're already setting up the next fight down at the bottom of the map, so they're going straight for it, trying to break that wall. And chests should appear pretty soon too. We have a lot of small doubloon camps, by the way, on the map now as well. They hold 26 gems on the other hand. They need 14 for another turn-in. So the circus clowns could go for the third. Yeah, nice suppression pulse. Sanctification is out. They want another keep. They want a kill. They go for Suljin. And the Ancestral saves him. Had to drop his own ult as well to survive through all of this. Down here, there's the Hogger, gets his ult out. Oh, and he barely makes it out of the fight. The swamp Artanis, they come in. Suljin dead. The troll is gone. And Lionlet falls on Garrosh. Chests are spawning, but we might not even get to that anymore. The second keep gets destroyed. And the shots are still being fired over here. Yep. So we could, with another turn-in, get rid of the keep in the middle. Might not even need this. They're obviously trying to hunt them down and end the game. 2 are already dead, so only 3 defenders still have to be dealt with. And this is just an enormous amount of momentum for the Circus Clowns. And obviously, they are one of the favorites in Group A. Circus Clowns, a team of experienced players, maybe not all of them well practiced these days, but they've been playing the game for years and years and years on the highest level. And so far, in game number 1, they're doing very, very well. Another turn-in would, as I already mentioned, eliminate the keep in the middle, but it would also do more than that and actually damage the core. So here we go. Another quick hit coming in. They're trying to follow up on Gia. And Artanis, Artanis, he is on a mission. He wants to be useful as well. So he comes in and he takes the keep down. They are diving deep, by the way. Level 16 talent, of course, give a big advantage now to the blue team. They have a talent lead and they are also 3 levels ahead. The stats advantage is pretty significant. Nice sanctification. Look at Lauba. He might have fed in the early game again, but his sancts are absolutely on point. This is the 3rd one in a row now that is producing real value. He himself is in a bit of trouble and might not make it, but they're still fighting this out, and the core is getting attacked. Core is losing hit points. We got Sylvanas and we got Artanis trying to go for the core here, and they got it down to 50%. Now, the Haka's trying to prevent that from happening, and now Junkrat is helping out too, but the shots are being fired by the core, trying to help a little bit with the defense, and so far they're actually doing alright. It's 18 points on the core on the other hand. So they lost a lot here. And any sneaky move with the backdoor could now end the game. So if WTN Orange needs something, then it is momentum. They definitely need a lot of momentum here. And they have to also prevent the turn-in from happening. Because, oh well, and the turn-in has just now successfully been accomplished. So much for that. Yeah, that is game. Nicely done. The kill field in the middle continues. The core gets destroyed and game number 1 ends in favor of the Circus Clowns. Nicely done and a great first game here at Meta Madness Group A. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Infernal Shrines, is the second map in our best of 5 series here in Group A. Now, once again, guys, to just go over the rules here real quickly, the 10 heroes that you see down here cannot be played in the group stage at all, and also you cannot play a hero twice in the same series, meaning that the 10 heroes that you saw in the previous game cannot be picked again, which means that in total now we have 20 heroes banned before we're even starting with the draft. So let's see how this is going to go. Infernal Shrines is the map, was chosen by WTN Orange. The Circus Clowns are ahead right now. Mephisto and Samuro get quickly banned, so there's definitely some target banning going on. We already saw that in game number 1. Also noteworthy that WTN Orange is apparently a Division 4 team in Heroes Lounge. And they've been doing pretty well on the first map. Up to the point where... They did very well up to the point where they didn't anymore. Maybe they want to go for the cheeky Nandos after all. So we got the bans on Tracer and also on Zeratul. But now let's see what the teams are coming up with here. There's still plenty of heroes available. Again, the group stage has always been the warm-up for Meta Madness. We're hoping, of course, to see more heroes banned than for the main event. But the first pick, still Malfurion, so there's still plenty of good supports available right now. And on top of that, we're getting a Varian first pick, so apparently a bit of a sniper composition that they're going to try and execute here. Definitely plenty of heroes available that can make that happen. The cool thing, of course, about so many heroes being pre-banned is that a lot of the heroes that you cannot play these days anymore, because, let's say, of mobility creep, they can all of a sudden be insanely powerful. A good example for that is Kel'Thas. You don't see a lot of Kel'Thas games in top-level play because you have Genji to deal with, you have a lot of stuns to deal with, heroes that can sneak up on you very easily, and then Kel'Thas' lack of an escape is oftentimes backfiring. But in this case, we are not even bothering with Kel'Thas, we're already going a step further, taking Gaslow and Zagara. Now I gotta admit that if there is a team that will troll around a little bit, it's probably going to be the Circus Clowns. Let's not forget, guys, Swamgrota is a Murky player. So Swamgrota is someone that every now and then busted out a Murky, even in normal tournaments. He's done that in the past, and he's done it to an extent where some teams banned out his Murky because they were like, well, it might not be the best pick, but we're not dealing with this crap. We are not dealing with that at all. So we got Gaslow and we got Zagara on Infernal Shrines. You can definitely try and side push a little bit with this now. Illidan! And Kel'Thas! Alright, it's getting spicy. We got the Blind Boy and the Fire Mage. Nice! So Gravity Labs together with Varian and his Taunt is already a thing, but yeah, this is already amazing. This is really, really cool. Game number 2, just saying, right? 2 teams out of each group are advancing. We got Lauba on Arthas and Nezebo gets played by Skog. Oh boy, and this is only game number 2. Alright, bring it. Second map in the best of 5 series. What's it gonna be? The final pick for Team Orange. I mean... Okay, it's Sonya. Spin to win on the Shrine. Can't pick Hogger. He's been banned, perma-banned for the group stage. But here's Sonya. So the budget Hogger. And with that, we're heading into the second map. Let's go, everybody. Game number 2, and it is getting spicy already. On the left side, for the Circus Clowns, we have Svabgrata on Gazlo, Gia on Zagara, Death Knight is playing Malfurion, Skok on Azebo, and Lauba on Arthurs. Then again, on the side of WTN Orange, we have a Lion Lad on Varian, Master's Thief is playing Karazim, Bazarcade on Kel'Thas, Baudesai on Sonya, and Pudgnox is playing Illidan. Oh yeah, baby. Hail to the king. Illidan is in the house, and man, I missed you. It was so cool to see Illidan a couple of weeks ago in the Chinese tournament that I commentated and pushed to YouTube. That didn't really work out. Those banelings by Gia didn't reach anything because Skok just came in and dropped the zombie wall. Oh boy. Level 1, we get Broccoli, so the vengeful roots are there. We also have the Thing of the Deep for Nazebo as he's trying to stack this all up. And we already have the first kill. Yes, we do. Zagara comes in and gets the hit on Karazim. That drops him quite quickly. Level 1 for Illidan, the unending hatred. So somebody is stacking. If it gets to a late game, that's going to be quite interesting what he can pull off with this. So yeah, we're going to keep our eye on Pudgnox. There's a lot of squishies. If you get on Zagara, for example, she's going to be in real trouble here. But let's not forget that there's obviously also a lot of heroes on the blue team side that scale fairly well into the late game. I mean, first and foremost, we have Broccoli, which can hit like a truck if you are properly stacking this. But in addition to that, it's Nazebo. And late game Nazebo with Bile Infection is just incredible. Level 1, the Iron Fists, as usual, no surprises here. And down at the bottom of the map, now that the 1 minute mark has passed, we have both teams immediately making plays for their camps. Nothing too crazy there either, so just trying to get a bit of a lead with the mercenaries and also put more pressure onto the lanes themselves. Yeah. Top side, Illidan trying to do his thing. Now Illidan is obviously also one of the heroes that can really capitalize on being alone on the lane by simply attacking structures, and he can do tons of damage there, so the blue team has to be careful. But right now, well, they are the ones trying to get some kills here. Sonya's the first one to fall, so that's the second kill that they locked in, and they're getting Kel'Thas as well. This is, by the way, the no balls Kel'Thas build, because he went into Mana Addict on level 1, not Convection. This is what you try to do if you want to win the game, but it obviously says a lot of you as a person if you're not willing to commit to the risk. Now we got the taunt in, and up at the top, Illidan just hoping to stack it up a little bit more. By now, the level 4, we also have the big Voodoo over here, the Envenomed Spines, and the blue team is just pushing them to no end. They're doing great here. The bot lane has been destroyed, or at least the wall has been destroyed. They're hoping to push the keep down too, and the push power here is absolutely insane. Arthurs is doing his best to just slow them down. And let's not forget that Arthurs is actually a very nice pick against Illidan as well. Probably one of the main reasons why they went for him. Back in the day, that was your standard pick against Illidan, because it slows his auto attacks down, it can lock him into place, and it gives him a very tough time in big team fights to stick with his targets. So Arthur's was the counter pick to Illidan for a long time in Heroes of the Storm. And then more and more stuns were added, and stun meta became a big thing, so the main course of action against Illidan was just to lock him down with stuns and burst him as quickly as possible. But in this case, Illidan can definitely help with that a little bit. There's obviously a few things that have now changed too. With level 4, the access to taunt on level 4 has come in for variants, so they can try and get some damage connected, especially with potential follow-ups on Kel'Thas and the Gravity Labs. But on objective number 1... doesn't really look that great. Level 7 for both teams now, so that helps a little bit. And here we go. We got the Goblin Fusion now for Gazlo. Yeah, we still got him in the game as well. And of course, they're now going to try and take over on the Shrine, but it's a little bit late. The red team is a bit late to the party. There's already 35 stacks in favor of the Circus Clowns, and they're likely going to take this. But if they can kill a couple of heroes, that would change things. So Nazebo goes down. Can they get more though? They're definitely trying, but Illidan is just a bit too far out and gets punished for it. a Mortar Punisher, and now the push through the bot lane. It should result in the fort falling. I don't think that they can hold on to this. There's a slight leading experience now for the Circus Clowns, but they are still far away from level 10, so they can't push with that. But look how quickly everybody gets bursted into the low HP range here on the side of WTN Orange. It's really tricky for them to just, fight this out. And there's also a lot of CC, as you can tell. We got 15 stacks by now for Broccoli on level 1. The Zebo is doing pretty alright as well. So Zagara is at 19,000 damage at this point in time. And just saying, Malfurion, for example, has more damage than the Zebo. So he's not looking at great damage right now, but he has more damage than the Zebo. And now they're just pressuring this more and more. You have Zagara for insane amount of siege damage. The same is also true for Nazebo. And it allows them at the 5-minute mark to go straight up for the first keep. And of course the level 10 abilities allow them to push this even further. Illidan is topside. I mean, his own goal is to just simply get a few more stacks for himself, get experience for the team. But they suffered greatly at the bottom of the map. We're going full summons on this one, by the way. We have now on level 10 the Gargantuan picked real quickly, so no Ravenous Spirit. But yeah, they are just crushing it here. WTN Orange is running in some problems. They lost game number 1, and now here in the second they were obviously hoping to lock a map win in. And then, force the third map on an even score, but currently it's not really looking too good for them. Illidan has completed his level 1 quest, so he's going to continue the stacking efforts, but it makes him a bit more dangerous for sure. But with all of that lane pressure that we're seeing from the Circus Clowns, they're just sticking to their MO. They are coming in on one lane and they make the play. Leap on Sonya, and we get Illidan with the hunt. And immediately the squishy backline explodes. Zagara and Nazebo are dead immediately, and they're trying for Svamgrota. They couldn't take him down, but you can definitely tell what happens if those squishies get locked on properly. You have a taunt now from Varian, you have a leap from Sonya, she jumps in, 7-sided strike, and on top of this also Illidan with the hunt. And I talked about this a little bit earlier. They're going to try and make these plays for the squishies. Svamgrota, by the way, just backdooring again. Now Arthas goes down, but he at least is able to take down the fort. He's likely gonna pay with his life for it, though. Unless he gets an assist from Malfurion, and a good one at that, Gazlo is done. So Gazlo is gone. They're still trying to get additional camps here. And I gotta say that this is still dangerous for WTN for the Circus Clowns. Because initially you look at this, you see the big kill lead for the Circus Clowns that they had, you see the keep at the bot lane taken out, and you're like, well, this is over in 2 more minutes. But you gotta consider how well, after level 10, that teamfight potential now is from WTN Orange, because there's a lot of squishies on the side of the Circus Clowns. Malfurion doesn't really have a high hit point pool or anything that he can do here. Zagara is very quickly taken out unless she hits the more. Nazebo in the same boat, and Gazlo isn't that beefy either. So if you are coordinating your hunt and your leap, then you already are in a great spot. And I mean, just look how quickly these guys are dying. I don't think that the leap wasn't even needed in this case. That might be a cooldown that they could have held back a little bit longer. Illidan wasn't around though. But it shows you a bit of what the problem is going to be for the blue team. That, on the other hand, great. They catch Sonya, they get a kill, and now it's a 4 versus 4. So that was nicely done. Real good move. And obviously they are now aiming to get another hit in very, very quickly. We still have the Pyromaniac over here, so there's a lot of spread damage as well. Illidan is trying to get away. Arthas is a bit of a problem for him, obviously. And Illidan is gone. Illidan is Illidan, and Kel'Thas is also dead. Yeah, without Sonya and the ability to get that stun lock going and come in for a quick kill in the back line, they have some trouble in these sustained fights. Looked a little bit better in some of the battles, but this one was obviously a bit rough. And let's not forget that Svamgrota at the same time is sitting over here at the camp, trying to put a camp onto the lane now too. So yeah, there's a lot happening in this game. 20,000 damage now by Kel'Thas. We got 29,000 by Zagara. And Malfurion is still doing pretty well. 17k. Again, he went Broccoli. He nearly has as much damage as Arthas. He has more damage than Azebo, and he has roughly the same damage than Gazlo. So he is looking at a pretty decent output here. And as he continues to stack his level 1, this can obviously only increase. So we'll see how he is going to do with that as the game continues. But they're fighting once again over the objective. Here comes the hunt, but they need more than that. And they just can't get it, can they now? Malfurion dies, but so does Varian, and they're losing Karazim. Sonya is also eliminated. They just didn't have enough here. It's time for Illidan to die again. Buzz Arcade is trying to get away here. Zagara with a nice mob blocking the gate. But he gets out. Calculated. And immediately Gia gets pinged. That's a report or two incoming right there. It's like, how could you fail, dude? How could that happen? No, but good job getting out. Problem is, of course, not only the keep is in trouble, but also there's 5 catapults on the core. Thankfully for them, Kalthas can quickly take them out. But it seems they're going to lose a second keep up at the top. So yes, the keep is gone. And with 15 kills to 9 and level 16 talent lead, they are hoping to do some serious damage on the core now as well. But at least Zagara is down, so is Arthas. They're trying for a kill on Gazlo, and they might actually get this one too. I love how the Punisher went in and tried to save Gazlo. It didn't quite work out. The core is down to 85%, but at least for the time being, they're able to still hold on to the game. Malfurion on 22 stacks gets hunted right away. Look at Illidan. Illidan loves when he has some time in space, and he is just going for it. Distance to safety is everything with Illidan. The farther away, like once that those forts are gone, he has a lot of space to work with, and then he becomes an absolute monster. That's exactly what we're seeing here. Nazebo, on the other hand, he decided that he's going for the solo YOLO. He's like, aye. And look at him. Look at him go. That's 15% off the core already. 20%. Ice block, baby. Catapults with damage. And he just made... Jesus. Guys, this is 50% that he just took off the core. 55. Him escorting the catapults in and doing work here took more than 55% off the core. That's bonkers. That's absolutely bonkers. And I don't know what Lauber's gonna do here. Lauber is sitting at the top and he's like, I got this. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Not with that hero. Not with Arthas. Oh, too good. Not only at the bottom of the map, Gazlo is still doing his thing. Obviously now with the core being this low, it's super tricky for WTN Orange because they have to maintain vision continuously or they're going to be in trouble. Illidan realizes that Arthas is not somebody he should solo, so he's calling some friends over. Calls some friends over, but Lauber is just buying time. Lauber is buying time for the rest of the team that is trying to go to the core to the bottom of the map. Now, Lauber is gonna die, so did Malfurion at the bottom, and Kelthas also. They still can't take Arthas down. Everybody's dead at the bot lane. But the party continues, so 3 heroes in the blue team are gone. WTN Orange is still holding on to that. Ah! Hail to the king, baby!
Hail to the king, baby!
Swam Grotta! Illidan is dead, so is Nazebo, but Gazlo, the Lord, is coming in to end the game. They got level 20 and the only Gazlord is killing everything. Catapults have to be dealt with quickly. Core has lost his shields. This is not looking good. It's a solo defense. He's gonna get the kill. But they might still lose the game. 9%, 8, oh, 5, the Winions, it's over. Winions VIP, 2-0 in the best of 5 for the Circus Clowns. Game number 3, Dragonshy, everybody. Great game 2. Fantastic second game. So yeah, it's getting spicy right from the get-go. Now again, this time we changed Meta Madness a little bit. It's not a pure invitational. In previous iterations, we always invited the teams, and we invited pretty much only the top teams. Right now, we open the tournament up for the public, so anybody could sign up. This is why we have now a group stage, where in each group, only the top 2 teams will advance to the playoffs. But already a pretty entertaining series in our first match, and I love this. Now, we have the continuous ban on Samoro, and obviously this is a target ban against WTN Orange. They don't want to deal with this. Dragonshire is our third map, and it could be the last map in this first best of 5. Now, if the red team can turn things around a little bit and has, for example, now an angle on Dragonshire that they can use to put a point onto the board, fantastic. But yeah, time will tell. Uther banned. Tracer also eliminated. Now again, heroes that have been played in previous games in this series cannot be picked again. That means since we are on map 3 now, 20 heroes have been played, 20 heroes cannot be picked again. And the 10 heroes that are banned for the entire group stage are also not available. So 30 heroes are eliminated from the pool. Then you have the 6 heroes that are being banned in the draft phase now. 36 heroes in total removed. So we had already some very spicy picks, but let's see what they can pull off here. And keep in mind, people are always like talking about how they're saying like, oh, I hope we're going to see a Cho'Gall. Guys, I can guarantee you're going to see Cho'Galls in this tournament. Cho'Gall is pretty darn good once that you remove 20, 30, 40 heroes. So we'll see if he gets picked in this series. I have my doubts considering what we are currently seeing as picks with the Nubarak and Muradin, but I can guarantee you that we're going to see more than one Cho'Gall throughout this tournament. The one hero that for some reason was never picked in the last 2 or 3 is the Butcher. Pretty much everybody has seen at least a single game where he was played, but the Butcher, apparently too many people are going vegan these days. We get a panda! It's panda time! The circus clown pandering to the audience as usual. Stukov together with Muradin. I mean, let's face it, this draft is way more normal than what we saw in the second game. Oh, yeah. So, Master Thief with the Tigers pick. We got a Nubarak over here. Obviously, one of the questions is what kind of supports are we going to see from the teams? We still have a few available. But we have also some that have already been banned for the entire group stage. So Brightwing and Anduin, for example, are not available anymore. So you gotta be a little bit careful now with what you are actually going for. And you have Uther banned, you have Tyrande banned, Stukov is taken. There are still options, don't get me wrong. But the pool is getting a little bit smaller. You could still go for Deckard Cain, to just name one example. But let's see what else they're getting. Deckard wouldn't be too bad here. But you also have a few more in. Anna, okay. Not really what I thought they would go for here, but alright. And we get an Alarak with it. So could go for the nano boosts here. And yep. Let's get the show on the road. On the left side we have the final 2 picks coming in for game number 3. They've been going for some spicy damage dealers throughout this entire series, and this might just continue right now. So, from Grota and Gia, we get a fall set. Ragnaros! Ragnaros is in the house. We could get the Lava Wave here. They got a Stormbolt and Stukov to lock a target down and then drop the Sulfura Smash on it. I mean, again, you could play macro a little bit. Lava Wave, obviously not really the best ult. Usually when you see a Ragnaros on a higher level, it's always Sulfuras. But for that, you also need to coordinate well to make sure that he's not missing that. We have Imperius together with the Nubarak now on the side of WTN Orange. So this is the last chance to get a point onto the board here and maybe turn the series around. This is a group stage, so if they lose here, they are not out or anything. It's a round-robin group stage, and you're going for points. Dragonshire, map number 3. Let's jump in and find out if the Circus Clowns can take the series here. A 2-0 lead for the blue team as we have them starting things off with Svan Grotta on Ragnaros. On Dragonshire. Gia's playing Falstad, Death Knight on Stukov. We got Skok on Chen and Lauba on Muradin. Over on the right side of the map, it is Lionlad on Nubarak, Babu Desai on Ana, Pachinox is playing Imperius this time, Berserkade on Alarak, and Master Chief is playing Tychus. Alright, another chance for the red team to put a point on the board here. And again, I gotta say this, these boys are awesome. They jumped in when it looked like we would not be able to show you a game at all because one of the teams that signed up didn't appear. They didn't show up in time, and apparently there was a severe lack of communication, so we would have had to forfeit one of the matches. And then WTN Orange said like, hey guys, if you need a team, we're willing to jump in. And that's what they did, and they are giving their all here. And I absolutely love it. So good effort by them, and they are currently doing their best to get a kill, but instead it might be Imperius that dies. The Panda is dead. Lauba, is it you? I actually don't even know. No, it's not Lauba. Oh, what's happening here? What's happening here? Somebody else died first? Is that allowed? Don't they have some agreements, like some inner team agreements where only Lauba can be first blood? Well, apparently not. So Chen is down. The Panda has been eliminated. What did I just say? I swear I'm not drunk. But I think I just invented a couple of new words. Yeah, but again, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, what are the heroes that you personally want to see in the tournament? What's the hero that you want to see in one of the games? Doesn't really matter if it's a group stage or if it's the main event, but I'm a bit curious what kind of heroes people would like to see in the tournament that they don't normally get in competitive play. So yeah, drop it in the comments. Over here we have with Ragnaros already, he's firing things up a little bit. Svamgrota looking good here, but there's another stun. Pachinox is really rocking it on his Imperius right now. It's the second time that he made things very, very dangerous for the blue team. Now, they're obviously playing a little bit aggressive. Circus Clowns have now gone for an invade. This entire thing backfired a bit. They didn't take their own camp. They weren't able to steal the camp of the red team. They didn't get a kill. So that's always setting you back just a bit. It's nothing insane, nothing crazy, but it's still something that has to be mentioned here. But they can play very aggressive. They can pull something like that off now. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Meatball build for Ragnaros. And in the meantime, we already have the ultimate. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is such an epic... Oof. What a unique and epic mount. That is amazing. Whew. I'm blown away. This is so epic and so unique. Can't believe it. Damn. Now down at the bottom of the map, well, we got a bit distracted here. We have the battle for the second shrine, and now both under the control of the blue team. So somebody needs to guard the middle, and that's Imperius. So he's doing his thing. The Birdie has other plans though, so they are trying to double team the mid lane now, so that they get the Dragonshire. Make a quick play here, at least try. Yeah, the battle is still on. Alarak might be in trouble. We have the blast wave on Muradin. Now one misses the Stormbolt though. And Imperius is headed towards the top to take control of one of the shrines. So, for now, what's happening with Alarak? We have Alarak not stacking on level 4, by the way, but he has 103 sadism right now. We get 4... Oh, that one hurt. The cockroach get eliminated. The cockroach is down, got burnt to crisps by Ragnaros. So yeah, that was a quick kill. Up at the top side right now, we got Pachinox. But as I was just about to say, maybe he can damage the gate a little bit, but Svamgrota is already here and he's going to prevent that. The minions are doing a bit of damage, but nothing that's really too crazy. Only one global in the game, so Falsa can really play a big role for the blue team as all of this continues. Right now, teams are just going through the usual motions, heading slowly towards level 10 when things are gonna become a bit more spicy, of course, thanks to the heroic abilities. But yeah, he's going for the Swedish build. Full meatballs. 1, 4, and 7. Full meatball build. The IKEA build. And Lauba. In the meantime, it's just like the damage sponge. Double control for now by the red team. And Ana with the pew pew pew, making sure that Imperius is still alive here. Yeah, I gotta say he's actually doing a pretty decent job with that. Now, we have just time and time again the swap on those shrines, and it's the blue team that is trying to make things dangerous again. But that could be a... Oh, straight up for Alarak. Skork here. By the way, I have to give a shout out to Skork. He goes for the War Master Chen skin and also the black-white tint. This is the best skin and tint combo for Chen. There has been a big debate about this, but we found the answer, and it has now been officially acknowledged by me that this is just the best looking Chen that there is. Like, nothing else even comes close. So big shout out to Skok for pulling that one off. But thanks to him and his engage after he was targeted, they are now able to get the Dragonite. And that means that the first few structures are currently falling. So the wall in the middle has been opened up. He can still play around a bit with the cooldowns and try to get the Dragon's Breath out to eliminate a few more waves. But they are getting slightly ahead. And it's the Lava Wave! No Sulfuras in this one. They're going macro. We have the Kek plays as well. Yeah, already a gust. And he's kegging around immediately. Obviously, with a level 10 advantage, the red team should probably not fight here. But then again, Death Knight is a bit far out and is frontlining right now with Stukov. And he dies. So, here we go. First one falling, still no rogue abilities for the red team, but they're still battling this out, and Lauba with a Haymaker. The Lauba special, and it's working exactly the way that you think it's gonna work. 3 heroes are dying, Lauba falls, and well, make it 4, I suppose. Chia! Kill by Ana. Adding insult to injury. Yep, 5 kills all of a sudden for WT and Orange. They came in with a deadly charge. Ragnaros with the lava wave, and the timing seems to be on point. So he gets his hit in, and yes, you see the minion wave is just spawning and is now going to be destroyed as well. So he gets the maximum out of this, makes it a little bit harder for the red team to push the bottom of the map, doing still some serious damage, especially since they committed to Odin too. So the wall is gone. And the War Master is on the warpath. Stormbolt, Blast Wave, Haymaker. And they're actually going for it. They're going for the Haymaker and also the Kek play to isolate Tychus, and it works like a charm. That worked perfectly. So yeah, they came in with the Haymaker and then isolated the target even further. They get the kill and they're hoping for a second. Alarak is coming in again, hits the combo, and it leads to a kill, and it might be another one falling as Falstad is super low, but Stukov saving the day. So I thought, maybe not quite yet, because here comes Imperius, and he gets the stun connected again, but Lauba is just haymakering the shit out of them time and time again. Here's another quick look at this. So here comes the Haymaker, and there's the immediate Kek play. So they're kecking them away, and yeah, it's just glorious. So really nicely done. Some pretty cool moves. We have 6 kills to 3 now overall. Both teams on level 12, but it's a wild game. This entire series has been wild. And again, it's only the first match in the group stage, so there's more things to come. The Nubarak goes down, this time killed by Stukov. They're already doing some work in the middle. It's actually kind of funny that the red team is still ahead in experience, so they're looking at level 13, just a little bit faster than the blue team. Here also, so to give you a bit of an idea about the distribution in experience, especially the hero kills that led to the lead. Lauba is getting attacked and goes down. Mr. Lauba going for the big lull. Top side, Svamgrotta still against Imperius, but it seems like this is a battle that Imperius is going to win in the long run. Yeah, and he might even get a kill. Here I am. Hello, team. Svamgrotta, maybe. Oh, and now Falster comes in to punish him. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. That was a pretty cool move initially when he threatened Ragnaros so much, but it was a bait, it was a ruse all along, and it worked very, very well for the blue team. As the clowns came in and got the kill. Now they're going to lose the panda on the other side. Yeah, this is not going to work anymore. So the panda is down. That one got eliminated with level 13 talents. By the way, stacking 140 sadism. Alarak is still trying to make his plays here. but it is just glorious. Here comes the lava wave, and look at that! Value! Value! He got the damage in against the Nubarak! Lauba is haymakering them from the left to the right and the right to the left. For once, his Naymaker is actually doing some work here. He's gonna turn into a playmaker after all of this continues. Mr. Lauba himself. Another push, another shove. Still trying to make a little bit of a hit, and Death Knight gets killed. 6 kills to 9, both teams on level 15. Ragnaros is taking control over the bottom now. Up at the top, they're still making their play with Lauba hoping for another haymaker, and he gets it. Where's the keg when we need it? And he misses it. They wanted to go for Anna. No, not like this. Skog! Anna is down, regardless. So they got the Anna kill. They nearly lost the Panda, but it's now 10 kills to 7. And it is just such a chaotic game. Kills everywhere. And in the meantime, Alarak is just stacking the sadism. He's at 177 now. We have him at 36,000 damage. He's top damage in the game. They really need to kill him. They killed him once, I believe, earlier. Yes, they did. But he is just murdering. These prolonged fights are just allowing him to stack it up. Meatball build continues on 16. And Alarak gets saved by Lauba. That's a save and a half I've ever seen one. So Lauba with a haymaker tries to make sure that nobody on his side dies, but also guarantees that Alarak himself is not being targeted. So, yeah, for now, 39,000 damage for Alarak, 183 sadism. But Anubarak gets crushed. So does Lauba on the other hand. So Mirrodin is dead, meaning that both teams have lost their main tank. Down to the bottom of the map, we still have our 1 versus 1 continuing. And it seems that Chen is just a little bit ahead here. Now, he's buying time. Imperious, that is. They have a solid chance of getting a Dragonite for themselves now, and that's pretty much exactly what they're looking at. 8 kills to 11 in total. Another combo connected. Alarak is now at 190 stacks. This is getting a bit dangerous if you ask me. Alarak with a 43,000 damage, way ahead of anyone else. Now there's the Gust. Gia helping Skok out, who still has, by the way, the keg ready, so he could just keg out. We have some top shelf plays here from the Panda. That keg has always been, yeah, that keg is just there for the top shelf plays, 100%. Now, still, the control goes to WTN Orange. Keep in mind, this is, they have to win here. If they want to get some points in this series, they gotta win. Group stage, everything counts. Alright, it's time for the Panda. Ragnaros is coming in as well. Lauba! He came, he saw, and he Laubert. Oh boy. How many times did he die? Only 4 times. Every Lauba death feels like he died twice. Skog is also a little bit low, and with low I mean he has no hit points left, so he's dead. And Death Knight is definitely not in a good spot here. Like, he walks in with Stuka, he's like, I got this. Let me slap him. And that didn't work. So 3 heroes down. 50,000 damage by Alarak, and yep, he is going for another kill. Yeah, boys, they are crushing it. 15 kills to 9. WTN Orange, they are murdering it now. And the Circus Clowns, they are having some real trouble in this one. They're losing the first fort. And now they're going to lose a little bit more down here, aren't they? I mean, this is getting real dangerous. So the favorite for the series is having a tough time in game number 3. Now, obviously, they're still in the 2-0 lead, so duh. But is this maybe the start of a reverse sweep? Is that something they can pull off? Also, is Tychus going to be able to complete his level 4? He picks it, obviously, for... he Laubert again. Yeah, he needs to stop Laubering so much. They also nearly have level 20. But honestly, with all of these kills, Tychus might be able to complete his level 4 quest. Technically, you pick it for the passive. You don't pick it to complete the quest itself. But in a game like this one, you might be able to pull that off. Yeah, the Circus Clowns, they're executing Plan B, Clown Fiesta. And currently, I guess it's working? but now they have to gap an entire level where the blue team, so the red team, has a level 20. Gia was hoping to get a Gust connected, I suppose, but Imperius could see this from a mile away, so no problem whatsoever. They should really go for the DK now and try and maybe get the bottom keep at level 20. They're just in such a great spot here. Use the level 20, go to the bot lane, and just take the keep. Yes, I mean, this one is just up for grabs. I wouldn't even... I mean, you can go through the middle. You have a minion wave here, so maybe you can take this one down too. The problem is if you waste time in the middle, you give the blue team an opportunity to get level 20 themselves. Either way, they should try, and yeah, okay, so they burst it down quickly. Blue team has already decided that they're not trying to delay them here. They are not risking losing a hero when they're so close to their own Storm Talons. But obviously the problem is still the same. That bottom push is aiming to destroy the first keep of the game, and now we have the big red button being used to. This thing should go down. He tried to kick Ragnaros away, that didn't work. That's a pretty solid lava wave once again. And here comes the Gust. They might get the kill on Chen on the other hand. Alarak! No! He's dead, and so is Anubarak. Alarak is dead, and Nubarak is dead. A second lava wave came in as he picked his 20. They're killing Tychus. It's going to be a 5-man wipe. Ana stands no chance there. Ana is about to go down. It's one of the few times in my life that I've actually seen Lava Wave get value in a team fight. Not that you get the macro value, but you got team fight value out of the Lava Wave. Double Lava Wave immediately, and now they're just doing their thing. False that is flying in, top side forward is also likely going to be destroyed, or at least pushed, and they are going for game here. They're not even bothering with the gate, they're just going straight away for the core. What a turnaround here, damn! WT in orange was trying to push for the keep, but here come the circus clowns, and they are attempting to end the game. Alarak dying, that cost him 90 sadism. He lost everything, and at this point the core is just falling super quickly. Alarak will be back in a second, but I don't think he can change anything here anymore. This is gonna be game. This is gonna be the win in the series for the circus clowns. Nicely done. Well, as long as they right-click the core. We lose false stat, 13%, yeah, but they get it. A 3-0 victory, well deserved for the circus clowns. Still very great effort for WTN Orange. GG, well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.